Greetings. God bless you. God bless you, my subscribers. Hello, I hope that you are well. And God bless and welcome to my new subscribers. God bless you. I wanted to talk about the vision I had where when I had all these other visions and the Lord was showing me about the day of darkness and the day of new beginnings, which is the day of the Lord, right? And after I had been having these visions every day that lasted for a couple of months, I became worried for myself. And I went to the Lord and I said, Lord, are you okay with me? Am I okay with you? Am I in good standing with you? Is there anything that I'm doing in my life that you're not pleased with? And immediately I was taken up into a vision. Excuse me. And in this vision, I was on my way to a huge department store, something like Sam's. And I got out the car and immediately it turned it to nighttime. Not thick blackness, but nighttime. And I walked into the store, and then all of a sudden, I walked into the store and I was shopping for things. I had this huge basket, grocery basket, and in this basket, there was nothing in there except for maybe two or three items. And I remember I was just looking around this huge store that resembled Sam's department store. And out of all these things in the store, I couldn't make my mind up what I wanted. And so I would take and get one item, put it in the groceries basket. I would get maybe another item, but altogether I ended up having just maybe three small items where I could have purchased anything in that grocery store I desired, but I didn't. And when I went to check out, I checked out my items, and to the right of me I saw a man and his son, a father and son standing there. And I remember looking at them and I kind of smiled at them, but I didn't really pay too much attention to him. I think I said something to the son, and then I walked out. And when I walked out of the store, I took a couple of steps away from the door, because the door had closed behind me, like grocery store doors close behind you. And all of a sudden, pitch black fell on the earth, pitch blackness, so thick that I could not even make a step in front of me. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see my car. It was just pitch blackness. And I remember turning swiftly around to go back into the grocery store, and the door was locked. And I bammed on the door a little bit, but nobody came. And I was like, oh my goodness, I've been locked out. And then all of a sudden I felt my body being pulled from the backside up into the air. I was being pulled up into the darkness. And I was being pulled into the darkness. And then all of a sudden I was being pulled all the way up into the sky, way high up in the sky. And I just kept flying backwards in the sky, and this deep darkness in the sky. And I remember being terrified because I just kept being pulled, and I was moving at a really fast speed. And then all of a sudden I came out of the vision. And I was in my room, but I could still, I could still feel my body being pulled into this darkness. And I laid there for a minute in my room with the light on, and I could still feel this. And then eventually it left. And I went to the Lord later on about it, and He told me that indeed this was outer darkness that I was being pulled into. And the reason that I had experienced this was because I had asked Him, Lord, are you okay with my life? You're showing me all these things of the day of the Lord and day of darkness, but are you okay with my life? And He was trying to tell me that no, He was not happy with my life. Yes, of course, I was a Christian. I loved Him and I was living for Him. But I had gifts that the Lord had given me. He had given me spiritual gifts, a prophecy. He had given me the gift to draw. He had given me the gift to write. And I didn't use those gifts. I had not used them. And because I was afraid and I was shy. I was afraid of people. And so a lot of times when the Lord had given me prophetic gifts to tell people, prophetic visions or messages to give people, I was afraid to approach them because I was an introvert and I was afraid. But the Lord was trying to tell me that those were talents. Those were gifts that He had given me. And just like He spoke about in the Bible, that if you don't use your talents, you'll be thrown into the outer darkness. And that's found in the book of Matthew, the 25th chapter, the 14th through the 30th verse. God is not playing. He's not playing with the sinner, and He's not playing with the saint. So if you have a gift and you know that God's called you to live for Him, to use that gift, if He's given you a gift to sing, then sing with your whole heart, my dear beloved. If He's given you a gift to draw. And make sure you use these gifts for Him, not for the world, but use your gifts for God. Because if you don't, for one, if you're a Christian, you're going to be thrown into the outer darkness because He's going to call you a lazy servant. He's going to call you, you're no use to His kingdom. Why get saved and give your life to God and then you're not doing anything for Him? He doesn't like that. And if you're a sinner and you know that you need to be saved, it's time for you to seek God and live for God and use your gifts for Him. Those gifts that we have are His gifts. It's not our gifts. These are gifts that God has given us when we're born. He gives us these gifts. He expects us to use them, not be lazy with them, not use them because, and there's no excuse. That's the thing. Because I thought I had an excuse. I was like, well, I'm so introverted. I'm so afraid. Even doing these videos, I did not want to come on here and start this channel because I'm such an introvert. And I really don't really talk to people much. And so I did not want to do this. But I know that I have a master, a God to see when He comes. And I'm going to be responsible for how I used my gifts. And not only when we use our gifts, we are to use them the best of our ability. If we sing, we have to sing the best that we can. If we draw, we have to draw the best we can. If we preach, we better preach the best that we can. If we're a store manager, we better be the best store manager that we can be. Because God also wants us to be the best that we can be. He doesn't want us to just give Him half, a little bit of this, and half do it, and, half grudgingly do it. He's looking at that too. my beloved. He is looking at it if we're doing things for him and we don't want to have to do it. And we're like, okay, God's telling me to do this, so I better do it. And we have to do it. And we don't put love in it. God is all about love. So believe me, this is part of it too, the day of darkness. When he comes, he's going to be looking for those things, and his reward is with him. And my goodness, if we're not ready and we have buried our talents, or we're like the 5 unwise virgins, or we don't keep our lights lit, we're not going to be happy campers. I love you so much. I hope everyone is doing well. And I love you so much. I'm sorry I haven't been doing videos. Like I said before, I have been kind of under weather. I'm in the process of, I think, moving, so I got a lot going on. But I still must do these videos. And that's what I feel like God wanted me to talk about today. Get to know him if you don't know him. And if you do know him, you're living for him, then use your gifts the best that you can. Don't bury your gifts. And don't use them drudgingly. You don't want to do it. Just love the gifts that God's given us. He's a beautiful God, and he's so gracious. He's so giving. He's so caring. God is all about caring and giving. I love you so much. And I will talk to you again when the Lord gives me what to say. I hope you stay well. Be encouraged. He's coming soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.